Thank you for joining us. Today we have the CEO of Inca Minerals, Mr. Trevor Benson, who's going to walk us through the new presentation for Inca, soon to be Rockaby Resources. And we'll be outlining here, or Trevor will be outlining here, the plan for the exciting new project in North Queensland, the Hurricane Gold Antimony Project. We may have some questions at the end. I'm going to hand it over to you, Trevor.
Thanks, Peter. So as Peter just said, Inca, soon to be renamed Rockaby Resources, has a refocus in northern Queensland looking at its high-grade gold antimony project. We're looking at the cautionary statement to read at your leisure, and then the highlights of the project known as Hurricane in northern Queensland. The really exciting part of this is it's a maiden drilling program that should be coming up at the end of this month, early July. So we're currently working on the land access agreement, and that's been finalised. We've got cultural heritage survey, which has just been completed. So soon, having secured a rig, an RC rig, we should be able to give some sort of timetable as to the exact dates as to when the drill rig will start towards the end of the month. So the focus for Inca is the Hurricane project in northern Queensland. We've had several site visits there, and we've confirmed the historic grades, and we've had new high-grade gold antimony rock chip results, and some of those rock chips have recorded results of gold up to 81 grams per tonne and 35% antimony in the rock chips. Every time we go up there, we're finding more outcropping quartz veining, and it seems that this could get a lot bigger than what we originally anticipated. We'll be drilling these structurally controlled quartz stockworks and high-grade lodes across 4 of the 10 prospects that we have in northern Queensland. So the last visit by our geologist, Gregor Bennett, at the Bouncer prospect, basically has identified further mineralised areas, and it could be up to 70 metres in width. A corporate snapshot is that this is a tightly held company. It's got a market cap of about 9 million. We've just got just under $1 million in the bank, so sufficient to carry out this drill program. And as you can see, it's tightly held with the top 20 shareholders owning 45%. We've got an experienced board. Some of you will know those names. Andrew Haythorpe has been around for a long time, and he came along with the acquisition of the Stunnalara projects. And our newly appointed geologist, Gregor Bennett, has had some success with his last companies. Maximus received a takeover. Brett Dixon joined me when we took control of Inca late last year. He's fresh from Azure Minerals, which was taken over last year as well. So the projects that we're focused on come through the Stunnalara takeover, which we own 100% of now. I've said that we are focused on the Hurricane project in northern Queensland. We also have an exciting Mount Reed project in Tasmania, which we'll probably get to at the end of the year. And we also have applications in Western Australia for potential for uranium gold. But the Hurricane project in northern Queensland is within a well-known gold province. You can see the location there. It's about 125 kilometres west of Cairns. You've got some very large discoveries north and south of us, and gold occurrence is next to us. Unbelievably, our project has never been drilled. So it is a high-grade gold antimony project that we're focused on. There's outcropping veins which have never been drilled, and you can see on the map there all the prospects that have been mapped, and we will be drilling these at the end of the month. But they're multiple veins. We've rock chipped them all and found gold antimony. And you can see some of the outcropping vein systems in the photo there. And it's gold, and it's gold antimony associated, and Bouncer up to the northwest is primarily high-grade antimony. If you focus in on the Bouncer, every time we go up there, we're mapping new stockworks, which is very exciting and has the potential to get bigger and bigger. And as I said previously, the width could be anywhere up to 70 metres. So, and some very good grades across all the prospects. So we're very excited to be getting the drill rig in there towards the end of the month. We've got to put in some tracks to make the access easier. As I said previously, we've just completed the heritage survey, and we think that's gone sufficiently well for access to be probably, with the greater access, will be towards the end of the month. So the previous exploration that we've confirmed over the Hurricane project, it demonstrates multiple veins. You can see across all the prospects the very high grade of antimony and gold. And as I mentioned before, we've got gold up to 80 grams per tonne, and we've got antimony up to 35%. So, and we've got lots of grab samples and rock chips that are all of them above 1 gram per tonne, and many are in the 10s and 20s. So it's an exciting project. When we did our first site visit, after we did the due diligence, we obviously took our own samples across the wide areas of all the prospects, and these are just some of the samples of the gold antimony. And again, you can see the very high grade nature of this potential of this project. There's some of the rocks. You can see the stibnite and the high grades of gold and antimony in the rock chip samples, which have all been announced to the ASX previously. So I guess the main focus now is to get the drill rig in and start drilling the maiden program, which on an area that's never been drilled. So we've got based on our mapping and some of the rock chips and the soils analysis that we've done, we'll be getting the drill rig in towards the end of the month, all going well, and we'll be initially drill testing 4 of the 10 prospects. This will be a shallow drill program. It won't be deeper than around 60 to 80 metres, and we'll have a very good indication across 4 of those high-grade prospects as to what we're looking at. So, as I've said, this drilling program is scheduled for late June, early July, and hopefully we'll have good reason to keep drilling throughout the season. The other projects that we have include an exciting tenement in Tasmania. You can see it there just south of Macquarie Harbour. It's the same rocks as all the major discoveries and mining operations to the north. We've got the Big Mount Lyell, the Henty, Hellier, Renison, Rosebery projects. So this is it's early days. There's been an EM survey conducted over our Mount Reid project and has some exciting targets. And we hope to be starting work towards the end of the year down there once we've really had a good go at the Hurricane project in northern Queensland. But as I say, Tasmania is has exciting potential, and hopefully we'll be down there towards the end of the year. Also in the package, we have applications in Western Australia. They're under application, and we won't get there for a while. But again, it's well-known areas in Western Australia and prospective for uranium and gold. We do have other projects that Inca has had in over its time exploring in Australia. We, as we've mentioned before, are reassessing these projects, and we're focusing obviously on shallow drilling and rather than looking now for the deep ICG targets, which were previously looked at. So we're looking at the potential for example, the G. Nelson shallow prospectivity for copper, and also Macaulay Creek, which has some potentially exciting copper work that's been done there. But again, our focus is on the Hurricane project for most of this year, and in the background we are reassessing some of these other projects. So we think Inca represents very good value. We think it has the potential for re-rating based on this imminent maiden drilling campaign in northern Queensland. We've confirmed all our new and historic high-grade gold antimony veins at Hurricane, and every time we go up there, we seem to be finding more outcropping vein systems. So we're always finding additional multiple zones, which seem to be getting wider. And one of those upper bounce is probably around 70 meters wide. All these assay results have confirmed the mineralized footprint from surface, and we were very excited to be drilling at the end of the month. Then there's a name change coming to Rockaby Resource to Inca being Rockaby Resources, which really highlights the refocus of the company and looking for shallow, high-grade mineralization. It just so happens that gold and antimony prices are at or near record highs, so they're good commodities to be exploring for. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Trevor. A good comprehensive presentation. And I'm just going to cover a couple of questions here. It's fantastic that the company is going to be focused on this Hurricane project, and the photographs look amazing. Unlike many junior resources companies exploring for precious metals, you know it's there. It's sticking up out of the ground. The outcropping is pretty significant, and as you say, it's actually extending a bit further than what you thought.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's certainly the signs are there of the mineralized zones. It's a question, obviously, we won't know until we've drilled it as to how it extends at depth. We're going to find out with shallow drilling campaign over 4 of the 10 prospects, only down to a maximum of 80 meters. So we're going to get a lot of bang for our buck. Yes, it is visually mineralized in terms of the stockwork veining over all the prospects. We're getting high grade rock chip samples coming back in assays. So yes, it's an exciting project.
And with gold trading at almost, well, all-time highs, and antimony at $40,000 to $50,000 a ton, it's a perfect environment to be launching a company which, from the share price and market cap, would indicate it's at ground zero.
Yeah, we believe it's a really cheap entry into potentially significant gold and gold antimony discoveries out there. Hopefully, we'll be talking about after the drill program.
That's right, and if the heritage survey goes according to plan, as you say, it looks like it's all completed. Then you could be on the ground and starting. Hopefully, we'll see an announcement out about drilling to commence by the end of the month or near to then.
Yep, that's the plan, Peter. We don't, having just run this heritage survey, we don't see any problems We're hoping to get feedback next week. We certainly don't see any issues. We have to grade a few tracks to make it easy for the RC rig to get in. So we hope that that will be happening, in the next week. So we really do. We're planning to be drilling at the end of the month, early July.
And finally, Trevor, the name change, Rockaby Resources. It's a fresh board, fresh name, fresh projects. It's pretty exciting for you to be launching this at the moment.
It is very exciting. We obviously took control of the company at the end of last year, so we've been moving at a rapid pace, making this acquisition and picking up these new projects. And it's just very much part of the refocus in terms of the name change. And yes, we've kept a lot of the old projects. We're reassessing them, and we'll probably be having more news on that in the near future. But we are really focused on this Hurricane project in northern Queensland and getting it drilled.
Well, it's full steam ahead on Hurricane, and we're looking for strong winds, favourable strong winds to support you on that. So we look forward to the drilling announcement coming up very soon. Trevor, thanks for your presentation today.
Thank you. Thanks, Peter.